So yesterday we talked a little bit about how we can refer to countables and uncountables using a or an, some, any, etc. We're gonna practice talking about food a little bit more. We're gonna practice our listening for today. We did some grammar yesterday. We'll take a little bit of a rest and work on our listening today. If we have time, we may also do some reading. But most importantly, I will probably send you a question that you will answer as your oral exam. So we should have an oral exam, but it would take pretty much the entire class, and it would be like a class lost. And I think it would be better if I just have you send me your answer as a voice note so that, it takes you 5 minutes and it doesn't take away from the class. But I wanted to check with you if you guys think that's okay. La opción, chicos, es su examen oral técnicamente se hace en tiempo de clase, pero como somos muchos, sería cuestión de estar escuchando a mis compañeros 40 minutos, participar 5 y se acabó la clase. Entonces, no sé qué les parezca, lo podemos hacer así, yo no tengo ningún problema, pero la opción que a mí se me ocurre para no perder la clase, por así decirlo, es simplemente yo les doy las instrucciones y ustedes me contestan su examen oral, que sería básicamente contestar una pregunta. Me pueden mandar, por ejemplo, una grabación por WhatsApp o algo así para que, o sea, ya lo hago en 5 minutos, ya la mandé, ya se acabó, yo las escucho, las reviso, las califico y ya no perdimos la clase. Pero no sé, ustedes me dirán qué opinan, qué les parece. ¿Están de acuerdo?
De acuerdo. Se
¿De
escucha muy
acuerdo?
bien así para no perder la clase.
Okay.
Sí.
Yes? Okay. María
Yes.
Luisa, Yadira, what do you think?
Yes.
All right, good to know. So in that case, como no han llegado todos, igual les mando por ahí el anuncio por WhatsApp. And then I will send you the instructions for the oral exam, possibly tomorrow. I'm thinking tomorrow. And then regarding the written exam that we had on Tuesday, the grades, I sent them to your email. Ya corregí, chicos, todas esas preguntas, reactivos que les puso mal porque, no sé, les faltó un punto, porque les agarró el apóstrofe como acento, todo eso ya está corregido. Sí hubo una pregunta que estaba chistosa porque como que no tenía una sola respuesta que estuviera bien, o sea, tú contestabas y la pregunta estaba configurada de forma que ninguna respuesta era correcta. Entonces lo que hice fue que la eliminé. O sea, esa pregunta ya no contó para su calificación. Y las calificaciones se las mandé por correo. Ustedes al entrar al examen les pidió un correo. En ese mismo correo con el que se registraron, ahí les va a llegar su puntuación. La puntuación del 100% eran 87 puntos. Entonces, por ejemplo, si yo saqué un 84 y un 87, pues está súper bien. La calificación como tal, se las voy a subir a su boleta. Posiblemente mañana y ya les estaré pasando por ahí por el chat el acceso para que ustedes puedan entrar a verla. Nos quedaría pendiente la del examen oral y la de la calificación en clase, que esa también, también la sacamos dependiendo de si yo participé en clases, si me conecté a la mayoría de las clases, si prendí mi camarita, si todas esas cosas. And all of those will be available to you tomorrow. But for now, you can check your grade for the exam. Should be somewhere in your inbox, in your email. And that's it regarding announcements for today. Now let's get into the actual class. We're gonna do some listening regarding food. Food and how my meal times are organized throughout the day. So let's see. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to listen to a couple of friends who are having a conversation regarding some food. Let's see. Let me make sure that we can hear. Share. Here it is. Okay. And then let's go ahead and get started. Here we go. Let me know if you guys can hear.
Unit 6.
Yes?
Yes.
Wonderful. Here we go.
Yes.
Let's make a snack. Page 58. Listening. I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's make a snack.
Okay, let's see what we have in the kitchen.
Hey, how about some cheese and crackers?
That sounds good. But there aren't any crackers.
Is there any cheese?
Yes, there is. But just cheese? That's boring.
Well, there's a lot of bread. Let's make cheese sandwiches.
That's a good idea. Hey, we can cut them into shapes, like circles and stars.
That sounds fun. Okay, how many sandwiches do you want?
2. And you?
I want 3 sandwiches. So how much cheese is there?
There's a lot of cheese.
Okay, let's put 2 slices for each sandwich.
Good idea.
And what do you want to drink?
Apple juice.
Me too.
Oh no! There isn't much juice left.
That's okay. You can have the juice. Water is okay for me.
Hey, thanks.
This looks good, but I also want something sweet.
Well, there isn't much cake left, but there are 2 pieces.
Cool. We can have cake after we eat the sandwiches.
Hey, kids! What's that?
It's our snack, Dad.
And it's good.
Cheese sandwiches and cake. The cheese sandwiches are okay, but save the cake for after dinner.
Aww.
Really?
Yes, really. Hey, can I have a sandwich?
Well, there aren't many sandwiches, and there isn't any cheese left to make more. But you can have one of mine.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just have cake.
Dad!
Just kidding.
All right. I don't know why we needed the chewing sounds. I feel like that was unnecessary and I didn't remember that. But otherwise, here's the conversation that Ethan and his sister have regarding something that they make when they're hungry. So they say that they make a snack. What's a snack? When we say snack, what is that? Yes. Yes, exactly. So it's like something that you eat between meals. So we have the big meals, like the main meals, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But sometimes, exactly, yes. Thank you, Lupita. Sometimes you get hungry. You already had your breakfast. There's a long way to go before lunch, and you're already hungry. So what are you going to do? You're not going to starve. So you make a little snack. You eat, what would you guys have as a snack?
A fruit.
A fruit, okay. Alberto, what would you have?
Bread.
Okay, some bread. Abraham, what would you have as a snack if you got hungry? Cookies. Okay, very healthy. So in this case, what is the snack that Lucia and Ethan make?
Sandwich.
Cheese sandwiches.
A cheese sandwich. Very good. So we're going to go ahead and listen to the conversation again, but this time we're going to pay close attention to the items of food that they mention. So they mention a bunch of things. Some of them they eat, some of them they don't have in the house. So we're going to complete this chart that I have here, depending on whether they eat the food or not. So for instance, does Lucia eat crackers and cheese? Yes or no? Does Ethan? Maybe Lucia does and Ethan doesn't, or the other way around. So we'll go ahead and listen to it one more time, paying very close attention so we can mark what each of the kids eat. Everybody clear on instructions?
Yes.
Yes, beautiful. All right, here we go.
I'm hungry.
Me too. Let's make a snack.
Okay, let's see what we have in the kitchen.
Hey, how about some cheese and crackers?
That sounds good. But there aren't any crackers.
Is there any cheese?
Yes, there is. But just cheese? That's boring.
Well, there's a lot of bread. Let's make cheese sandwiches.
That's a good idea. Hey, we can cut them into shapes, like circles and stars.
That sounds fun. Okay, how many sandwiches do you want?
2. And you?
I want 3 sandwiches. So, how much cheese is there?
There's a lot of cheese.
Okay, let's put 2 slices for each sandwich.
Good idea.
And what do you want to drink?
Apple juice.
Me too.
Oh no! There isn't much juice left.
That's okay. You can have the juice. Water is okay for me.
Hey, thanks.
This looks good, but I also want something sweet.
Well, there isn't much cake left, but there are 2 pieces.
Cool. We can have cake after we eat the sandwiches.
Hey, kids. What's that?
It's our snack, Dad.
And it's good.
Cheese sandwiches and cake. The cheese sandwiches are okay, but save the cake for after dinner.
Aww.
Really?
Yes, really. Hey, can I have a sandwich?
Well, there aren't many sandwiches, and there isn't any cheese left to make more. But you can have one of mine.
Oh, that's okay. I'll just have cake.
Dad!
Just kidding.
All right. Again, I don't know what it is about this tape. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué los sonidos masticando? I don't get it. I don't get it. All right. So the first item that we have is cheese and crackers. Does Lucia eat cheese and crackers?
No.
No,
No. Does Ethan?
no.
Yes.
No.
No, he doesn't. Why? How come they don't eat any cheese and crackers?
Not crackers.
Crackers. It's
Because
boring.
they, yes. Well, it's boring, but also they didn't have any crackers. There were no crackers in the house. They didn't have any. What about cheese sandwiches? Does Lucia eat some cheese sandwiches?
Yes.
Yes, she does.
Yes.
Yes, she does. How about Ethan?
Yes, she
Yes.
does.
Yes.
Yes, he does.
does.
So this ends up being their snack. They have some cheese sandwiches. Very good. Now for drinks, does Lucia drink apple juice?
Yes,
Yes.
she
Yes,
does.
she does.
Yes, she does. How about Ethan?
No, he
No, he
doesn't.
don't.
He doesn't. How come? Why not?
It's
Mm.
not enough.
It's not enough. There was a little apple juice, not enough for the two of them. So what does Ethan end up drinking?
Water.
Water.
Water, exactly. Does Lucia also drink water?
No.
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 No, she has enough with the juice. Now, does Lucia end up having cake?
No,
No, she doesn't.
he doesn't.
She
She doesn't.
doesn't. Does Ethan?
No, she doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. Why not? What happened to the cake?
Because your father is for it.
Okay, my father though?
No,
Their father.
Their father.
Their
Yes.
father.
Their father was like, no cake until after dinner. Okay, very good. Let's check. Looks good. Good job. All right. So we're going to look at some new vocabulary words. And the way that we're going to do it is by matching the word to the picture. So there's a lot of pictures here. There's a lot of pictures. So we have like a part 1 and then we have a part 2. So we're going to take it by parts. We're going to start with this first one right here. So over here, letter A, what is this? What does it look like?
Nachos.
Okay, this one, does it
Cereal.
look like nachos?
I
Does it
think.
look like cereal?
Cereal.
Cereal? Okay, I agree with you guys. I think it looks a little bit like cornflakes. Don't you think? So let's see, let's match this one. What about this one? Letter B, what's happening here?
Yogurt.
Yogurt, okay. Yogurt, we'll practice pronunciation at the end, so no worries. What about here? This looks very green. Looks like a lot of vegetables. What do you think this is?
Salad.
Salad.
That's a salad, good. Do you guys like salads? Do you eat salads?
Yes, I love.
Yes.
Yes, okay, that's good to hear. Very healthy for you. What about this thing? We have like a bowl, we have like a spoon. What do we eat?
Soap.
Okay, soup. Yes,
Soup.
Soup.
looks good. Okay, where's the soup? Oh, it's letter D. Okay. Now here we have exactly what Lucia and Ethan were talking about. What's this? Letter E?
Sandwich.
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 That's a sandwich. Great.
Mm.
Over here we have something kind of funky looking. What is this? Do we recognize it?
Burger.
Pasta.
Burger.
A burger? Okay. So yes, we already have it here. A burger, letter F. We already have it here. But that's a funky looking burger. Is it me or is it kind of funny looking?
No, it's funny.
It parece más torta, I feel like, right? Okay. Next, we have some aberration here. What is this? Some gringo stuff?
Tacos.
Some gringo tacos. Okay. So this one we don't have here. Letter H. Letter H we're gonna skip. Now pasta. Do we see pasta here?
Yes, in letter F.
Where? Where's the pasta?
Letter G.
Letter G. Okay. Looks good. Letter G. And then let's go ahead and check. Looks good. Fantastic. Well done. We have a few more things. We have some sushi, I believe, some cake. Let's move on to our part 2 over here. Where's the cake? Which letter is it?
Letter K.
Letter K, okay, looks good. Over here, I have letter I, and it looks something like yellowish, creamy. What is it?
Ice cream.
Ice cream.
Ice cream, very good. Over here, I have a little bowl with something that looks like a snack.
Nuts.
Nuts, very good.
Nuts.
And this is letter J. Is it letter J or is it letter I? I think it's letter I.
No, it's I.
It's letter I, right? And this one was letter L, the ice
Ice.
cream. Okay. What are these?
Cookies.
Crackers. Yes.
Cracker. Sorry.
So what's the difference between a cookie and a cracker? What do you think?
Cookies.
Cookies
Cookies,
are sweet.
And crackers?
Salad.
Salad.
Salty. Yes.
Salty.
That's exactly right. So cookie is a dessert. It's something sweet. And a cracker is going to be salty. So I would not eat a cookie with cheese, for instance, but I can absolutely eat some cheese and crackers. Very good. Sushi. Do we see some sushi?
M.
Where?
M.
Letter M. Okay. And we said letter H is the gringo tacos. Very good. Let's go ahead and check. Looks great. So now let's go ahead and practice pronunciation really quick. Number 1, over here we have cake. Go ahead and repeat after me. Cake.
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 Number 2, over here we have crackers.
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 Fantastic. Number 3, I have some delicious ice cream.
Ice cream.
Notice how ice cream is 2 separate words, but really it just sounds like it's one. I don't say it's not really. I'm not really going to say ice cream. I say it like it's one word, ice cream. And that's how we say it all together. Next, I have nuts.
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 And careful here, it's not nuts, it's nuts, right? Nuts. Next, I have some sushi.
Sushi.
Exactly the same as in Spanish. I don't have to tell you how to say tacos, I feel like. So let's skip this one. Let's go back to our first one. I have a burger over here. Go ahead and repeat. Burger.
Burger.
It's kind of a funny word because we have 2 R's very close together. So it's almost like you're not saying any vowels. So I'm not going to say burger. I'm going to say burger. Almost, it sounds really funny. It sounds funny, but that's how you say it. Okay. Next, I have salad.
Salad.
Very good. I have a sandwich.
Sandwich.
Good. I have cereal.
Cereal.
Pasta.
Pasta.
And then careful here, I'm not going to say soap. I'm going to say soup.
Soup.
Soup. Porque ¿qué pasa si yo digo soap? Soap es jabón. So be very careful here. If you say, I'm eating some soap. What? So it's soup. All right. And then, of course, yogurt. We know yogurt. We like yogurt. All right. So we've seen quite a bit of food vocabulary. And we also talked a little bit about the times of the day at which I eat. We talked about this a couple of classes ago. Usually, I'm going to have 3 main meals. Do you guys remember what they were? The 3 times a day that I eat: breakfast,
Lunch.
lunch, and
Dinner.
Dinner.
and careful here. We don't say diner, we say dinner.
Dinner.
Dinner. Because there is a word that is called diner. Do you see how they are very, very similar? Dinner with 2 N's. Diner only has 1. Dinner is the meal that you have at the end of the day. A diner is a restaurant. A diner is a type of restaurant. It's the type of restaurant where they serve you, you know, coffee, usually some breakfast items. Usually it's like inspired in the 50s. Have you guys ever been to a Denny's?
Yes.
Denny's, the restaurant? Yes?
Yes.
So Denny's is a diner. It's a type of restaurant. Dinner is the actual meal. All right. So we say we have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. When do we have breakfast? Like what time?
In the morning. 9
The
o'clock.
morning.
In the morning, okay. In the morning, some people have breakfast at 6. Some people, like me, have breakfast at like 11. Breakfast is basically just the first meal of the day. Next, we have lunch. What time do we have lunch, more or less?
Middle day.
1 or 2 p.m.
In the middle of the day, exactly. Middle of the day, in the
2 p.m.
afternoon, 2 p.m., 3 p.m., around that time. And then at the very end of the day, we have dinner. What time do we have dinner?
7
The night.
or 8.
In the night, 7 or 8, in the evening, let's say evening. Those are my 3 main meals. Now, in this conversation, we heard Lucia and Ethan talk about a snack. Where would you guys put a snack? Where in the day would you eat a snack?
Maybe 3 o'clock.
Okay, maybe 3 o'clock. You could have perhaps a snack here, or maybe you could have a snack here, right?
Breakfast.
Between breakfast and lunch? Between meals, pretty much. Now, those are now 5 meals in a day. But we have an extra special meal. Has it ever happened to you that you eat something and it's delicious and you're full and you're satisfied, and then you're like, ahora quiero algo dulce, right? So that's the last meal, or well, meal adjacent. And that sweet something that you eat at the end of a meal is going to be called dessert. Yes. Now, be very careful here again, because just like with dinner and diner, we have dessert, and then we also have dessert. So if I say dessert, this one, this is something sweet that I eat after a meal, like ice cream, chocolate, cookies, etc. Those are desserts. If I say dessert, I'm talking about, you know, Sahara Desert, Chihuahua, Sonora, a place with no water. So we have to be careful here with the pronunciation. Let's go ahead and practice my several meals of the day. First, I have breakfast. Go ahead and repeat. Breakfast.
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 Next, I have a snack.
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 Next, I'm probably going to have lunch.
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 And then dinner.
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 And finally, if I'm feeling a little naughty, I'm probably going to have dessert.
Dessert.
Remember, not dessert, dessert.
Dessert.
The emphasis is at the end. Desert, el énfasis está en la primera sílaba, desert. Aquí el énfasis está en la última, dessert, right? So those are my my meals of the day. Let's go ahead and match them here just to make sure that we don't have any questions. When do I have breakfast? What's the definition of breakfast here? Luis.
Meal in the morning.
A meal in the morning. What did we say meal was? What is meal?
Comida.
Comida. Comida, pero comida no en el sentido de comida, comida en la tarde, la comida, voy a comer a mi hora de comida, sino comida en el sentido de el plato con alimentos enfrente de mí. Yo puedo tener una comida en el desayuno, ¿cierto? Puedo tener una comida en la comida, valga la redundancia, una comida en la cena. So that's what meal is. Lunch. María Luisa, which of the definitions corresponds to lunch?
Meal in the afternoon.
A meal in the afternoon. Very good. Cody, which one is dinner?
A meal in the evening.
A meal in the evening. Very good. Olivia, what is dessert?
It's pretty sweet.
Sorry?
The first one.
The first one. Okay. I apologize. You were like, you cut off. I only heard the very end. So yes, the first one, food after dinner, usually sweet. Do you guys remember that I told you that in the US, Canada, and some other countries, the main meal is dinner?
Yes.
Like here in Mexico and most of Latin America, some of Europe, the main meal is in the afternoon. And that's usually when we have our dessert. And we typically have something lightish for dinner. In the US, dinner is the big meal. And then lunch tends to be something smaller, usually light. So this is why they typically have dessert after dinner, after their main meal. We would normally have dessert after lunch, right? And then finally, we have a snack. Lupita, how do we define a snack?
Food in between meals.
Excellent. So basically what we talked about, but here we have it looking nice and very understandable. Now, I will have you guys tell me, I'm gonna ask you about your eating habits. I hope that's not too uncomfortable for you. Do you guys remember the frequency adverbs? Always, sometimes, often, etc. Do you remember?
Yes.
Okay, fantastic. So I'm going to have you use those to answer the following exercise. I'm going to ask you guys to tell me about your eating habits in a day. For instance, I could ask, what do you usually eat for breakfast? And then if it were me answering the question, I would say, well, most days, the majority of the days, I don't have breakfast because I go to school very early in the morning, but sometimes I have oatmeal. I always have coffee, and that's usually my breakfast. It's not really food, but that's what I usually have before I go to school. So I'm gonna ask you about your breakfast, your lunch, your dinner. Try and incorporate those frequency adverbs, sometimes, often, never, always, etc. Usually. I'm gonna start with Abraham. Abraham, what do you usually have for lunch?
Lunch. Sometimes because they go to sleep in the morning. I work in the night.
So you don't usually have lunch? Well, I suppose you would have dinner then. What do you usually have for dinner?
At 6 or 7 p.m.
Okay, but what do you like to eat for dinner?
Usually bread and chicken.
Bread and chicken? Is there something that you eat besides the chicken? Like, I don't know, pasta, soup, a salad?
Salad.
A
With
salad?
salad.
Okay, what do you put in your salad?
No sé cómo se diga, mayonesa,
Okay,
with lemon, tomatoes.
mayo. Well, the full
Mayo.
word, the complete word is mayonnaise, but no one calls it mayonnaise. You just say mayo. So you have chicken with tomato, mayo, lemon salad.
Yes.
Okay. And do you ever have dessert?
Sometimes.
What do you usually have for dessert?
One day on the week.
Okay, but what type of food do you normally have for dessert?
Ice cream.
Ice
or
cream?
cookies.
Okay. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Napolitano.
Ah, delicious. So like 3 flavors. 3 flavors at the same time. Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much, Abraham. Now let me ask Yadira. What do you usually have as a snack when you get hungry?
I have a snack every two hours in the day. Usually I drink, ¿cómo se dice malteada?
Oh, a milkshake.
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 And cookies. Papas fritas, no sé cómo se diga. Fries.
Oh, fries? Papas fritas
Fries.
o papas francesas? Because it's different. Like the ones that you get in a bag?
Yes.
Okay, so those are chips.
Chips.
Chips. Yes.
And,
Like the brand.
And fruit.
And fruit.
Apples, bananas, etc.
Okay, sounds pretty good. Wonderful. Thank you, Yadira. Some good snacks suggestions in there. Now, let me ask Lupita. Lupita, do you like to have breakfast? Do you have breakfast every day?
Yes, I do.
What do you usually have?
I usually eat eggs with jam or chorizo.
Okay.
And cereal sometimes. And fruit.
Do you have a favorite cereal?
Sucaritas.
Ah, of course, a classic. How do you like your eggs? Scrambled,
revuelto,
fried?
scrambled.
Okay, scrambled. So in case you didn't know, huevos revueltos, scrambled eggs. If you're talking like the regular egg where you can see the yolk, those are fried eggs. And then I guess if you like them like the actual egg, that's the boiled egg. El huevo cocido. Yes, boiled egg. So there's a bunch of ways of doing eggs, and it's a very classic breakfast. All right. Thank you so much, Lupita. Now, before I continue, did you say eggs with jam you like?
Can you repeat?
Yes. Did you tell me that you eat eggs with jam and chorizo?
Yes.
Okay, so we would say ham.
Okay. Ham.
Ham. Yes?
Ham.
Because jam is mermelada.
Okay.
Yes, so it's
Ham.
ham.
¿Y chorizo es igual? ¿Se
Yes,
queda?
chorizo is the same.
Okay.
Yes. Okay, fantastic. Thank you so much, Lupita. Now I'm gonna go with Maria Luisa. Maria Luisa, do you like to have dessert after dinner? Or maybe after lunch, do you ever eat dessert? Maybe you don't like dessert. I don't know.
Sometimes ice cream.
Ice cream, okay. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Ice cream.
Chocolate? Okay, chocolate ice cream, delicious. Very good, fantastic. All right, is that your favorite dessert? Or do you have a favorite dessert besides ice cream? That's the only one. Okay, you're very healthy, Maria Luisa. If you ask me what my favorite dessert is, I could make like a 40-item list. So good for you. Good for you. All right, Cody, do you
Yes.
have a favorite lunch? Or do you eat something different for lunch every day?
I eat different lunch for every day.
Okay, what did you have for lunch today, for example?
I eat hamburger because I was in the street.
Okay, a hamburger. What was in your hamburger? Besides the actual meat, what else did you have in your hamburger?
It was a hamburger of chicken
Oh, okay, a
with
chicken
French-
hamburger.
with French fries.
Okay, delicious. Did you get any vegetables with your burger?
Lettuce and tomato.
Okay, lettuce and tomato, delicious. Did it have any mayo, ketchup?
Ketchup and mayo.
Okay, delicious. Sounds delicious. Did you have anything to drink?
Yes, I drink a Coke.
Okay, a Coke. Regular or diet?
Regular.
Okay, that's the good one. That's the good one. Sounds delicious, Cody. Thank you. All right,
Thank you.
let me ask Luis. Luis, you have children. Do you? Do you have children?
Yes, I have
Yes.
3.
You have
Better.
3 children. Okay, so I imagine breakfast can be a little crazy, right? Because you're trying to get them ready for school and stuff.
Yes.
What do you usually make for breakfast for your kids?
I think it's the basic hot cake, scrambled egg, egg with jam, jamon,
Yes, ham.
yeah, and French beef,
And what was the last one?
the French beef, pan français.
Oh, okay. So you mentioned something very interesting that I'd like to make a note of. For some reason, I'm not sure why, I've never investigated. Nunca me he puesto a investigar, les voy a decir la verdad. No sé por qué es esto. Pero a lo que nosotros le decimos hot cakes, que ustedes están de acuerdo que hot cakes está en inglés. In America, they don't call them hot cakes. They call them they call them pancakes.
Pancakes.
Did you guys know this?
Hmm.
Yes.
Yes. I don't know
Yes.
why. I don't know why they call them pancakes and we call them hotcakes. Hotcakes is English. I don't know. This is a mystery to me, but that is what happens. And then you also mentioned pan francés. For pan francés, we're going to call it French toast. French toast, because a toast is the bread, the toasted bread, that's a toast. So if you have a toasted bread with like cinnamon and honey, etc., that's a French toast. So just a few more vocabulary words that we might use for breakfast. Fantastic. Thank you, Luis. Wonderful. Now, Alberto, how often do you snack between meals?
How often? Every day.
Every day? Like
Yeah.
between how many times? How many times a day?
Between in the breakfast and lunch, and usually eat fruit.
Okay. Some fruit.
Nuts, chips, cookies, because I like to the sweet thing.
Okay. You have a sweet tooth.
Yes. It's all.
Okay. Do you have a sweet tooth? Sweet tooth. When a person likes desserts or sweet things
tooth.
a lot, we say that they have a sweet tooth.
Okay.
Right? So
Right.
you have a sweet tooth. Do you have a favorite dessert?
Yes, usually after dinner.
But what do you like to eat? Like, what is your favorite
Okay,
dessert
okay.
ever?
My favorite dessert is brownie with ice cream.
Ah, good choice.
Obviously, ice cream on the brownie is very delicious.
Obviously. Do you have a favorite ice cream flavor?
Yes. How do you say vanilla?
Vanilla.
Vanilla. Yes.
Vanilla. Okay. Now you're making me hungry, Alberto. You're making me hungry. But it's good to know. It's good to know that you have a sweet tooth. We'll keep it in mind. Thank you so much. Erika, can I ask you, do you have any foods that you don't like?
Yes.
What don't you like?
I don't like onion.
A woman after my own heart. I hate onions too. Okay, so what do you do? Because in Mexican food,
don't know
everything has
why.
onion.
Yes. Yesterday I ate ay, se me fue el nombre, ¿cómo se llama? Ay, que preparan con carne y diferentes verduras y que es alambre.
Oh, okay.
And have a lot of onion, and I say, why?
I know. It's a tragic word. It's a tragic world for us, onion haters.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it's good to know I'm not the only one, Erika. You're making me feel better. Thank you. Fantastic. Alrighty. Fatima, do you want to tell me what your favorite snack is?
Tal vez
But tell me in English, girl. Cookies. Okay. Do you have a favorite type of cookie? Like chocolate chip or what do you like?
sprinkles.
Oh, sprinkles. A cookie with sprinkles. That's great.
Chocolate chips.
Chocolate chips. Okay, great. Do you like cake?
Chocolate.
Chocolate cake. Is that what you eat for your birthday when you have a birthday?
¿Cómo sería que es que no soy muy fanática del pastel?
Okay, I don't
I
love
don't
cake.
love cake.
I don't love it. Okay, so you don't love cake. So what do you like to eat when it's your birthday instead of cake? For instance,
Donuts.
donuts? Okay. Ah, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. My husband doesn't like cake, and he usually has key lime pie, like the one that they sell at Costco, because he doesn't like cake. But I think donuts is a wonderful alternative as well. Thank you, Fatima. Thank you so much. Marisol, I know that you sometimes have very long days where you have to be out of your home. Do you ever bring snacks with you?
Yes, I like a snack.
What snacks do you like?
Toads, rice toads
Okay, like the little rice cakes?
with cream of nuts.
Okay, like peanut butter? Okay.
Yes. And strawberries.
Ah, that sounds delicious and super healthy, Marisol. That's a
Yes.
great tip in case you guys didn't know what to snack on. Okay, wonderful. Thank you
Yes.
for sharing. Thank you for the tip, Marisol. Let me ask Nancy. Nancy, what do you, when you have a lot of time, well, do you like to cook for starters?
Yes.
Yes. What is your favorite thing to cook?
The chocolate.
Okay, chocolate, what? Chocolate cookies, chocolate cake?
Chocolate cookies.
Chocolate cookies, okay. Do you like to cook for your family?
Usually.
Usually, okay. Like for instance, did you cook something today?
Saturday.
On Saturday, what did you make?
In diner.
Okay, you made dinner. What food did you make for dinner?
Usually bread and potatoes.
Okay.
Sandwiches. Tacos.
Okay, a classic. How do you like your potatoes? Do you like them boiled? Do you like them mashed? Like when you mash them and you just have like a puree?
Pureed.
Okay, so mashed potatoes. That sounds delicious, actually. I wish I had someone to cook for me, but I don't. I always end up having some maruchan and stuff. And then finally, Olivia, can you tell us a little bit about what you usually eat for lunch?
My lunch is 3 eggs
Okay.
with cheese.
How do you like your eggs? Like an omelet or like scrambled or how?
I try to vary
Okay.
because every day I eat the same for lunch.
Okay.
Yes.
Every day you eat the same for lunch. What do you usually eat for lunch?
What?
What do you usually have for lunch? Because you said you always eat the same thing. Oh, I think. Oh, okay, go ahead. Sorry, I thought we lost you.
No entendí bien la pregunta.
Okay, so the question is, what do you usually have for lunch? Do you normally eat a salad, a burger, a sandwich? Like on a normal day, what do you
Okay.
have for lunch?
My lunch is eggs maybe 5 o'clock.
Okay, so you have eggs for breakfast and for lunch?
No. My lunch is 12 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. I already eat my food 5 o'clock.
Okay, but what do you normally eat?
I like to cook. I cook every day. Maybe albóndigas.
Okay, meatballs.
Meatballs.
Meatballs?
With rice. Mole.
Okay. Mole is mole, always, anywhere.
Yes, every day as a different.
Every day, it depends on how you feel on that day.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm happy to hear that you like to cook. That's always a big advantage when it comes to figuring out what you're gonna have for lunch or for dinner or whatever meal.
Yes, I am craving only the first my eggs. I love.
Okay. If you
My
don't
3
have your
eggs.
eggs, you're like my eggs.
Yeah.
I'm the same. I'm the same way. I love eggs too. All right, my dears. So looks like that's our time. Thank you so much for telling me about your food habits. Thank you for sharing with me the foods that you like, the foods that you don't like, and letting me know a little bit more about what you like to eat and how you eat throughout the day. We're gonna leave it here for today, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your night, and I will see you all for our final class of the week tomorrow. Have a wonderful evening. Yes, evening. I'll see you soon.
Have a good
Bye-bye.
night. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye.